Hello, 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 everyone. How are y'all doing? I kind of messed that one up, right? Hello, 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 hello. Let me lower this music. Hello, hello, hello. She finally got it. I had to give myself some applause, y'all. For real. I'm not too good to this stuff. I'm not too good at this stuff. Good night, good day, good day. Hello, everyone. Hello. I Today is January 17th, and this is the first time I go live with all of you here in my communities. So I really wanted to come on here and just say hello to everyone. I could not believe. I was like, man, the new year started and the first month is over half gone and I had not come to say hello to all of y'all. Isn't that crazy? It is. I know it is. I know it is. And I apologize to all of you. But hello, hello, hello. I'm Thriving Glow with Joe. We are 2026. And I wanted to come and say hello to you all. I really, really missed you all, even though this is not really comfortable for me. Okay. It's really not, especially when I'm by myself up here. I'm like, but again, if you don't plan things, you've got to be by yourself, right? You really do. And it's okay. I'm learning. I gotta learn. I gotta learn. I gotta learn. So I just had to come on here. I woke up wanting to do this today. I really honestly, God's honest truth, I woke up wanting to do this and I felt led to do this, so to speak. I really did. Um, just a lot of little things that were like kind of, how do you say it? Like I was receiving messages of sorts, you know? And I was like, you know what? I really got to do this. So I really got up. I work a lot behind the scenes and I figured why not work for me, you know? And today that's really what I really felt led to do, so to speak. Um I really did. And then I realized, man, the new year started and I hadn't come to say hi to my people, to Thrive and Glow with Joe's people. You know, because if you're on my channel, you're my people. You're my people. Okay. So that's what I mean. I hope y'all, I hope I'm, making sense. Hello, 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 though. So that's why. That's what I'm trying to just explain, you know, why I decided to go live today and come say hi to you all. Okay. Let me shout out the chat. I'll go ahead and do that now that I explained myself. Maritas, thank you for being here. I appreciate the like. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you all stopping by, being here, to say, let me say hi to y'all. I appreciate it. Life with Marlene, thank you for being here, dear. Happy 2026. And I congratulate you because you were recently monetized on one of your channels. I'm not sure which one, if it's this one or a different one, but congratulations, dear. I'm so, so happy for you. I really am, honestly. My bestie in the house. my top first moderator in the house. I appreciate it. I know you've been working all day. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. My um, honorary attorney here on these YT streets, Kevin Corpening. Thank you for being here, dear. Salute, salute, salute. I appreciate it. Jezingsi. Jezginsi. Jezginsi. Did I get it a little? 35. Hello, my friend. How are you? Good night, everyone. So, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm doing good. I really am. Thank you so much. Oh, from Turkey. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Hope you hit the like button. I appreciate you stopping by. Truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. Brown Sniper, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I get so, ah, I'm just like, wow, you know? Thank you, Sniper. I appreciate it. I said what I said. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Miss Scorpio Mama, thank you for being here. I appreciate it, dear. Thank you. No, we ain't raising nothing of that sorts here, right? No, no, no. I said what I said. My bestie's saying hello, sending you your flowers. Thank you so much. He's actually he's been working all day, so he's trying to get himself some grub finally today. So be gentle. He's probably, moving and grinding. So if he doesn't comment or respond to everybody, that's what I'm saying. Um, but thank you so much, Scorpio Mom. I appreciate you being here. I really do. I wanted to come on, man, because wow, I mean, I really honestly like it's already the 17th of January, and I hadn't been on here live at all. And we got goals this year. And I'm like, what in the world? I'm over here working in the background on everyone else for everyone else. Working and everything. So I took my son to work and I said, you know what? I gotta grind it. I gotta get on here and say hello to everyone. I mean, for real, like I hadn't gone live and I'm like, I'm over here gonna be saying Happy New Year because I hadn't come out here. Hey, Miss Lucy Virus, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Janice. I thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by. I get so tickled. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I truly do. Thank you so much. I'm just like, man, I'm like, I'm going to be coming and saying Happy New Year to my peeps because I hadn't come on here, hadn't been live, and it's already half the month is almost over. But another reason that I woke up today wanting to come live is because I got this picture on my memories. Y'all know Meta, they be sending you these memories on other platforms, right? And it said it was today, 2020. Y'all remember today? January 7th. I'm back. I'm back. Can y'all hear me? I hope you can. I hope you can hear me. I got kind of stalled out there for a minute. I don't know why. But like I was saying, maybe they didn't want me to say too much, but we don't need to talk about the details of 2020, right? But we all can remember where we were January 17th, 2020, I think. We all didn't know what was about to transpire, right? We didn't know exactly what was coming. We didn't know exactly what was about to happen, in just a few months, 6 years ago today. But I got some memories of some pictures of myself on that day, right? And all I had to see was the year 2020, really. But then I started reflecting. I started really reflecting where I was then and realizing, I mean, you tell me, you tell me, where were y'all? Where, did you realize what we were about to walk into, or really what we were about to be stuck in, per se, right? Without saying too much, because I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to say or not. It was C-19 came through, and we were kind of stuck at home. Literally, for me personally, I work in the corporate world, and we were sent home 2 months from now, right? 6 years ago. And, this is just me reflecting what happened for me. Okay. Um, we were literally sent home. I didn't work from home back then. I didn't work from home at all. At all. I had been at my job 20 years, literally, and I had never worked from home. But at this point, we were sent home. Um, my laptop, my chair, took everything home, right? And we started working from home. The kids were sent home. And we really didn't know. Today, 6 years ago, we really didn't know what we were about to walk into, the way the world was going to change, the way we were just going to experience a lot of things that were brand new, right? And so that's what I was doing this morning. I was just reflecting and looking back at where we were and things that you probably, some people maybe had thought of, or there's movies that were based about it. Right? If anybody ever saw some movies about the situations possibly happening, but you didn't think it would ever happen, right? But did we know what we were really going to walk into 6 years ago today? I mean, this is something I was literally thinking about this morning when I got those memories. This picture that you see on the screen, I don't know where you see it according to where I'm at. Buddha, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Buddha of Destiny, namaste. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you hit the like button if y'all stop by, stop through. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. This picture that you see on my screen, right here, if you see my cursor, that picture was 6 years ago today. And I stopped and looked at it, and I was just kind of reflecting and thinking, man, you had no idea what was about to happen in a couple of months, what was going to happen for the next year, how much we were going to be. Thank you, Buddha. I appreciate it. Thank you. I had no idea, we had no idea how much we were going to change, how much we were going to come up against, how many questions we were going to have, just how much new things that we had never experienced were going to happen. And it really doesn't change, right? We continue to go through so many things that come against us and keep just, wow, especially today, right? I've been on panels on other chats where we're just discussing day to day occurrences that are happening in this world. But I wanted to come out here, and one of the things the reason that I started this whole channel with, or reason I started this, because I wanted to encourage everyone to thrive and glow with me, right? I wanted to encourage you to thrive and glow with me. I wanted to encourage you that basically, no matter what comes against you or comes against us, we have to keep thriving and glowing, because nothing can be allowed to dim our light. We have to be the light in this world, in your situation. And the thing that I want to remind you is, you control you. You have to be in control of you. I can only control me. I can't control anything else. I can't control anything else that happens around me or happens to me, but I can control how I react to it. I can control how I deal with it. I can control me. And that's the only thing I can control. And I wanted to come on here because everything that, when I got that memory and I saw the date and I saw, I literally, right? I mean, and this happens with anything, with any kind of memory that you get. You just reflect and think where you were back then, where you were at that time. But specifically when I got that picture, and it was today in 2020, and I started thinking, man, I had no idea that in 2 months everything was going to change, and I was literally going to have to be at home and not be able to go places and not know what was happening and not know. I mean, y'all tell me, tell me what, I mean, I don't know if anyone's out there, if y'all are listening. But I mean, it was just a lot of firsts, right? A lot of firsts that we didn't really think were gonna happen, really did happen. And who would have known, right? Who would have known that our kids were gonna be sent home and doing school virtually, and I mean, just think about it, how much things have changed since then, and how things become the norm that you never even thought would happen before. uh, I mean, I've literally been today reflecting on that. But you know what, like I mentioned, the only thing that I have control over is me, right? When I think about that, that comes along with how far I've come, even though all of that happened, right? And that means that regardless of what does happen to us, it doesn't make us stop. It doesn't mean that we stop. it doesn't mean that we don't keep going forward, right? We were C19 happened, right? I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to say or what not to say, so I'm over here just winging it. But I mean, those things happened and we never thought they would. But if you look at this picture to today, it didn't, it, that, what was telling me is like, man, you didn't let it stop you, right? And if you're here listening to me, it didn't let it stop you either. With that, I wanted to read a verse that really spoke to me today, and I wanted to come out and share it with you all because nothing stopped us, right? We didn't let anything stop us because you're here listening to me. If you're here listening to me, you didn't let anything stop you either, right? Let me go find this verse. I know it, but I want to have it in front of me so I can read it to you. Give me a second. Give me a second. I hope y'all are here and haven't left me. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for stopping in. I truly appreciate it. I get tickled when I see that people stop in. Thank you so much. I know I don't always go live, so it's not something that's normal to see me live. But I gotta do this more often. I want to come out here and say hello to everyone. Here you go. Proverbs 16:3. Proverbs 16:3. Let me see. I hope everyone can hear me. All right. So the verse is Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. So this morning, I literally came across this verse. I'm not sure exactly when I first heard it or why it came to me, but I'm telling you, like all day long, all morning long, I just had little messages coming to me, and this is why I plan to go ahead and go live today, because it was like I just kept, something was just pulling to me to come live and talk about this, especially after I got that picture memory of 6 years ago, and I was thinking and reflecting, and I said, you know what, I want to go live and I want to talk about this, right? And so this verse came to me: commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. And so this verse, it really spoke to me because it's something that it reminds me that even when you don't know what's ahead, as long as we commit our steps to God, he establishes that path that we have. And so looking back, those 6 years later, it couldn't be more true. Because, man, 6 years ago today, I had no idea what I was about to walk into or be planted and sat down from. I mean, like even in the valley, when you're going through the most unexplained places, or places where you just don't know what is ahead, right? And you don't understand why things are happening, and you don't know why things are going the way they're going. Even in that valley, we're not alone. And I was tugged today to come and remind somebody that though we walk through the valley, See, one thing I want to point out right there. It's never been stated that we would not walk through the valley, right? If we One thing I try to tell, especially new believers or new followers of Christ, or babes in the in the belief. I don't know how to say it, but new believers, don't ever think that anything is going to be easy. Anything in life. It doesn't matter if you're in faith, in school, in marriage, in anything. Nothing is going to come easy. And it's not supposed to. Okay? Don't fool yourself in thinking that, oh, this happened and everything is going to be easy, easy breezy. Don't walk in thinking that. And especially in this place, God never said, oh, my children, everything is going to be easy. He said, though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we're going to walk through that valley, but he mentioned we were not going to be alone. And we're not alone. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. And I feel so led to point that out to somebody and point it out to myself. And that 6 years ago today, we had no idea what was about to come, what everything brand new was going to happen. And I think that it's because there's so many more things that are happening right now that are so new, and things that we can't control and that are easily taking us out of character and can take us out of more character, right? But just hold on and let this be this testament of where you see where I was 6 years ago here and where I am today. I'm just driven to remind you that there's no quitting, no matter what we are going through. That no matter what we were going through 6 years ago today, 2020, we didn't know that in March everything was going to be shut down, and we didn't know where we were going and why it was happening or what was about to happen, right? Just think about it. We had no idea. And there's things that happened that were like, you would have never thought happened. I was mentioning, I had worked at my job for 20 years and never worked from home, and it's all of a sudden I'm sent home and it's the new norm, and I'm just trying to remind you guys, like, you think of where you were, today, 2020. And it's just a reflection, and it brings me to the point of today, where we are today, all the things that are happening in the world today, and we really don't have control over what happens to us or how it happens other than ourselves. And I just felt so driven and led to just remind you all that we have to take control of that. We have to take control of what we have control of, and that's ourselves, right? And that, I don't know about you guys, but it just really, really took me. It took me to a place where it just makes so much sense that we have to, yes, Scorpio Mama, always put God in your mix. I mean, honestly, I have to put God first. Honestly. That reminds me. Let me see who came in. Who else has come in? I said what I said. Joe, I'm listening in the bushes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I said what I said. Thank you. Go Broncos. Scorpio Mama. Go Broncos. Really? Hey, just Jay, Purple Heart Podcast 2.0. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Tim Windsor, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. He's saying hello to everyone. Appreciate and thank you, Joe. Thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate your support. I really do. Smack those thumbs up, people. Let's show Joe some love and support. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tim. Sorry, I'm running after these animals. Don't worry about it, Janice. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I literally felt led to come on here and just tell someone, regardless of what we're going through or what you're going through, don't give up. There's not any quitting. You got to keep moving forward. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep committing to your goals. The road is not supposed to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But, Scorpio Mama brought up something very, very important. Keep God in that mix. And that's why one of the reasons I've actually that's another reason that I wanted to come on live today. I've actually, honestly, I felt so honored, but I've had some people reach out and ask me about going live. Asked me if I was gonna, do my lives. They actually literally told me that, they missed my lives or they missed me going live personally. And honestly, that touches me and humbles me. And it surprises me, I'm just not somebody who thinks that or knows, I guess. But I've always said, even if I'm reaching one person or if I'm speaking to one person, I feel that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And so that's one thing that was really tugging at me today, that I needed to come and go live to speak all of this that I wanted to share. And what was coming to me when I was reflecting about when I received my pictures of where I was 6 years ago, because I mean, let's face it, we really honestly, that was like the beginning of something that we never knew was going to happen. We never really believed that the world could just shut down. But think about what's happened since. Think about how easy it is for things to shut down now. And so I was talking to someone, a friend of mine, and today, and they were talking about, reflecting a lot of what is going on right now in the world and how much in fear they live. But one thing that we can't allow is to live in fear. Because think about it. Don't you think that's what negativity or evil or ugliness wants us to do? As believers, as children of God, we shouldn't live in fear. Because honestly, fear is not of God, right? And He gives us a blueprint of what we should do, and we should worry about nothing and pray about everything.
And one of the reasons that I hadn't been on live is it's actually my 13th day that I've been going through what it's a 21 day of prayer. This is something that I've done, I don't know how many years now. It's been some years though. It's been some years. I'm not sure exactly how many, but it's been some years that at the beginning of the year we start out with 21 days of prayer. It's literally 40 days total, but 21 days of prayer together, gathering together and praying that we're doing. 40 days total of prayer and fasting, because 40 days, if you think about it, 40 days was always something special biblically, right? 40 days. Moses went to Mount Sinai to pray for 40 days. Jesus went away for 40 days to pray. They walked around the they walked around the wall for 40 days. 40 was pretty significant. So we've always, set out that we're going to do 40 days of prayer and fasting, not completely every single day. That was something supernatural, right? That they were able to fast 40 days. But so we do it for 40 days total, but that's what I've been really in the middle of. So I'm on day 13 today. We didn't start out right the beginning of the year, but today is day 13. Um, but it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Yep, also. And it was just a lot. I mean, if you think about it, there was a lot of 40s, a lot of different things that it just happened. It was mentioned that it was 40 days of this and that, right? So that's the reason that we do the 40. We start out the year with 40 days that we're doing prayer and fasting. Of course, we don't fast the whole time. That's not what I mean. We just decide I've always just decided what days I want to fast and exactly what I want to fast from. So that's why I hadn't, done my lives. I've, every single night I'm doing my prayers. And but I was really humbled. I've had two people that I can think of that reached out to me and asked me, "Hey Joe, are you going live, to start out the year?" And I felt like, man, I should come at least say hello to everyone. But that's one of the things that I've been going through. And I'm just sharing, what I've been experiencing or going through in my little side of the universe. I wanted to say, read what you said. I said what I said. I believe C-19 was a dictator move to make people sick, weak, and less focused on what is going on in Washington, just my opinion. And as a matter of fact, I very much agree with you. And it was all about how we reacted to it, right? It was it was all it really what dictated from it, or what came out of it, is how we reacted to it. And also, in my opinion, it showed a lot. It let me get my words. It brought out a lot. Like, here's what I mean. So it really showed if you weren't strong in your health, if you weren't strong in your mental state, it really was something that was not easy to get through, right? So it really should have woken us up that, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like it really was telling that, dude, we need to get it together, right? We need to get our health together. We need to get our mental health together. It's really something, like I said, what I said, we this last year, mental health was really, really being drilled into us, especially for men, right? And that's one of the things that it's really brought about, right? It's really something that it's really stirred up, that if you're not strong in those places, you're not going to get through these tests or these things that they try to throw, these wrenches they try to throw at us. We're not going to be successful during those times. You know what I'm saying? I think First Lady '01, thank you for being here, Sirius. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It opened up a lot. Yes, it opened up a lot of self. Yes, ma'am. Right. It opened up a lot of crap to make people take self inventory, and only the strong survived. And it's true. And you know, I mean, honestly, you know, literally only the strong survived, right? I mean, literally, if you've heard some of the lives that my bestie's done, that's when he started, we started just researching immunity supplements. He's talked about how we started taking CMOS, we started taking all these supplements to improve our immunity, right? Our immune systems, to improve. I mean, that's when we started. Literally, we got on any kind of social media that we had to look up how to strengthen our immunity, and those supplements we started taking ever since then. You can ask him, how long have you been taking all these supplements that to I mean, no, he's always been a health nut, workout, you can tell. He didn't start working out then. No. But to increase and strengthen the immunity per se in particular, that's when it began. Literally all kinds of, just incorporating all kinds of things to strengthen your health, strengthen the the being able to fight against diseases and things like that. That's what it made you start taking self inventory of. And but we had no idea. I mean, when I got that picture today, it's like those are the things that I started reflecting on. Like, you had no idea that all of this was going to start, you know? But what it told me, that no matter what did come my way, I didn't give up. None of us gave up, because we're still here. We're still standing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's the same of what's going on today. Regardless of what is being thrown at us, what wrenches are being thrown at us, and what they're trying to take us out of our character with, you know, we can't allow them to. We can't allow everything that comes around us get us out of our game, get us out of our, we got to roll with the punches, right? And we gotta, I started to say, sorry, something that was said. I stopped talking about me talking to my friend today. I just realized that I didn't finish that thought. I get so many thoughts, I promise y'all. Because I've literally today just wanted to come live and talk about this. Hold on real quick. I won't forget, but I want to see what we basically was on our, when the hospitals were turning people away unless they were on the brink of passing. Yep. Junior, thank you. Thank you for being here.
still here. Happy Saturday, y'all. I hadn't seen you come in. I apologize. Thank you so much for stopping in, Junior. I appreciate you. Adding more music daily for your gym routine. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, so what I was saying, I had talked to a friend of mine. This is what also led me to come on here and talk to y'all about. So I talked to a friend of mine, and she was telling me that, with everything that's going on, she lives here in she lives in a different part of Texas, but she lives here in Texas. And a lot of things are going on, and that people, it's just unknown, and you just don't know what's happening, especially when you look like me, or you know what I'm saying. And so so that's what she was referring to. And so she was referring to, she just lives in so much fear, and she's been depressed lately. And it made me think about it. It made me start reflecting, especially because I had received this picture of 6 years ago today, right? And I thought about what was going on at that time versus what's going on today. And she's telling me she's living in fear and she's getting depressed about it. But think about this. She's a mom. She has two kids, teenagers. She has a partner. But my main reflection of it is her being a mom. You've got those teenagers that are looking up to you, and all I could say to her is, and I wanted to come out here and remind all of you, we can't live in fear. When things of this nature are happening, regardless of what is happening, yes, it's not the same as what was happening 6 years ago today. And I started reflecting on things different are happening today. Not anything that is different and has not always been around, but it's more, we were talking about this the other night. It's more out there. It's more, it's being more normal to happen, right? People, it's just getting so normal for things of this nature that are happening today, and making people live in fear. But we can't we can't allow those wrenches that are being thrown at us to allow us to live in fear, because we got to get ourselves mentally strong in our spirits, strong in our health, strong in physically, whatever it may be. We got to keep ourselves strong, because we got to get through it. And we have to live with, if plan A didn't go right, we got to get plan B going. We got to have plan C, because who else is going to do it other than you, for yourself, right? Because remember what I stated or reminded you earlier of? No one else can control you but you. You have to be in control of what you do and how you react to everything that's thrown at you. You have to get it together so you can, whatever you got to do that, right? We were talking the other night. I have to release things. One of the things that I wanted to say, but I was only in the chat, so I couldn't just get it out. But it was really funny at the time, but I was really serious. I was having a conversation. We were actually like in a I was married, and so you get that. I was having a conversation with my ex-husband, and he was saying something to me, and I was like, no, that's not what you said. It was like he was saying, I didn't say that, and I was like, you said this. Do you get that kind of dynamic? he swore up and down he didn't say what I knew I remembered him saying. And at that time, when I was going through that conversation, arguing, whatever, what's going through my head when we're arguing about that, what was going through my head is that, dude, you did tell me, this is my ex-husband, remember, you did tell me that all your ex-girlfriends used to be on some kind of depression medicine, some kind of bipolar medicine, some kind of, all his, for some reason, all his exes used to be on some kind of meds, right? And while he's telling me, he's swearing up and down that he didn't say what I knew he had said, that was going through my head, y'all. Like, you did tell me all your exes were on some kind of medicine. Literally, this is going through my head, but I'm arguing with him, dude, you said so and so, right? And so all of a sudden, he doesn't know what's going through my head, but what popped out of my mouth was, look, and I did say a few choice cuss words, but I said, look, I don't know if you put them bees on meds, but you ain't putting me on meds. You said that. And like, literally, that's what came out of my mouth, because I was like, this guy is really going crazy. Like, I know he said what and so I say that to say, to me, I have to release. I have to get things out. That's the only way I keep myself sane. I can't bottle things up inside. We've talked all the time that men are, specifically Black men, are told or think that they can't speak their mind or they can't say too much. Even I said what I said. You were explaining even Black women are seen as off their game or out of their character if they speak their mind, or you're told that you're not acting the way you're supposed to be acting, per se, if you pop off the mouth or you speak your mind, right? But and me, honestly, my dad used to always tell me this saying that he would say it in Spanish, no tienes pelos en la lengua, meaning that in English, that means you don't have hair on your tongue. And that saying is meaning that hair on your tongue, meaning like hair in the nostrils of your nose, it keeps things from going into your nasal cavity, right? That's why you've got little hairs inside your... So that's what my dad meant by that you don't have hair on your tongue, because everything, I just let things roll off my tongue and I just speak my mind. And I've always been that way, but I really believe that that's something that keeps me from internalizing and holding things in, which would make me just go crazy and just be holding down those feelings to make me fear or make me depressed or make me just not be able to get things off of me and just get it out. And I really honestly believe that we got to release things that are in our mind or things that are on our heart or things that are really weighing us down, right? Because what does it do? It's just heavy on you. And we got to release these things. We can't allow everything that's coming at us keep us down. So just like you've got to release it out of you, and I've got to release and speak it out, we've got to have plans in place of what's going to happen if things do happen and we don't know how to deal with it, right? I mean, that's how I have to live. That's how I have to, concentrate my life. I can't allow whatever is going around me, keep me from
progressing forward. And I have to constantly try to be mastering that, my mind, and mastering my growth, to continue to learn from the things that are going on. I truly believe that things that happen are meant to give us a lesson. It's like you just sit and think, what am I supposed to learn from this? It's happening for a reason. This is how I believe. Things that happen for a reason, and I need to learn from what's going on, regardless of what it is, if it's good or bad. You know, and I hope that helps somebody. I hope that helps you realize that don't let those things that are going on around us keep you from learning from them, or keep you from, just take you down with it. Just like a weight, a dumbbell is heavy. Things that happen in our lives are heavy too, but we got to put that down. And the more we pick it up and the more we carry it, it makes us stronger, but we got to know how to carry it. We've got to know what to do with it to make us, to give us that strength to get through it. I hope that makes sense. I don't even know why I'm saying all of it. I have to read what I said. What I said. She said, now people are being treated bad at these jobs. Colorism, ageism, and racism is on high alert. Yes, and you know why? Because they did away with DEI. There's nothing keeping people from doing it anymore at all. They can. They have the right to do it. They have nothing we have nothing protecting us from them doing it to us, right? It's up to us how we react to it. It's up to us how we deal with it. It's going to be there, and it's something that we can't control anymore, right? They did away with it. We can't control that, but we have to control us. We have to control ourselves and how we deal with it, how we react to it, how we handle it. It's not always easy either. The good thing about everything is that a lot of entrepreneurship is really going on, and people are not relying totally on their job. And that is true. It's really true. And it really gave people the want to, the go-getter. Some people that really have really honed in and focused in on what's going on and what it should be teaching you and what it should be, that you should be driving from it. That's what's really, that's what people have really picked up on. That, hey, we gotta take care of this. We gotta take care of us. We gotta take, and I'm not saying, that we're on an island and you gotta be by yourself, because that's not it at all. At all. It really takes a village in anything and everything. In parenting, we talk about it all the time. It takes a village, right? You can't do it by yourself. And even when we were talking about when you, even like me and you co-parent, right? It's not, I can't teach my son how to be a man at all, right? And even if in some cases their father, or in some cases the mother, because I'm a product of that, if the mother is not in the picture, then you figure it out and you put people in their lives to teach that, right? In my case, like I've mentioned in the past, my mother was not in the picture, but I had a stepmother, a bonus mother, a grandmother, aunts, and who were women in my life that really taught me and were there and stepped in when others weren't, right? So it's not a matter of
sitting on your hands if the father doesn't want to be in the picture or the mother doesn't want to be in. It's not that. It's you keep going. You go to plan B, plan C, right? That's an example of that, right? It's not, and also it's not about sitting and focusing on the what boo-hoo happened or didn't happen. We got to, when it comes to a certain time in your life, you have to learn from the things that are happening. They happen for a reason, good or bad. But the point is, you got to learn from it. You got to go dissect the things that happen and think about, what can I learn from this? What am I to learn from this? It's happening for a reason. What do I pull from it to use for the next time or the next happening or the next thing that's going to come my way? What can I learn from it? And that is what you take with you. So that way, the next time something comes your way, you get stronger each time. Just like in the gym, just like how you get through the journey of life and losing weight, and you pick up a weight, you stop eating so much of whatever you monitor. So it's the same thing with life. You figure out how to get through it, and you learn from every single step that you take. But the main thing is, you don't stop taking that step. You don't let fear overtake you to just sit and be afraid, because that's what the enemy wants you to do. You to be afraid and not to keep moving forward. That's what they want, and you can't allow that. You've got to prepare yourself to keep pushing, to keep going one step in front of the other. And that's what it takes. Just one step. It doesn't mean wait until tomorrow. Don't leave for tomorrow what you can do today. Keep taking that step. Keep learning that new lesson of whatever happened. Just learn from it. It's there. It happens to teach you something. To teach you something. I don't know what it is, but whatever happens, take that little nugget from it and see why it happened or what you can learn from it. Maybe you don't figure out why it happened. That's not always, you don't always know. But what could you have learned from it? What could you have done different if it wasn't good? If it was good, hey, let's recreate it. Let's do better next time. I wanted to read real quick. Hola, mi amiga, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. I know, desde Chile. Te envío un fuerte abrazo desde Chile. Muchas gracias, Alka. I really, truly appreciate it. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. I wanted to read that. I didn't want to ignore you. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. I hope everyone took something from what I said today. I felt led. I felt pressed all morning long in coming out here and sharing just these thoughts that have really been coming at me all day, especially when I got this picture of myself 6 years ago and just reflecting on where I was at that point, and where I am today. In this case, I'm referring to how much I've changed and how much of the things that I've learned about my personal physical health, mental health, just the things that I've encouraged in my own life, right? And when I talk to friends and they tell me where they are today because of what's going on today, and that they don't know how to get what to do or how to do, and it's not knowing how to get through it or what to do, but we've got to prepare ourselves. For example, I told her, it's a norm for me. And if you look in my purse, my passport is in my purse. I ain't playing with nobody. Sometimes that doesn't even matter, right? But I'm putting the extra efforts to prepare myself and my son, right? Getting him his passport. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm just stating those little examples in the conversation that I had with my girlfriend, because it's either that or allow myself to live in fear and depression of what the unknown is. But just like 6 years ago, we'd had no idea what was about to transpire in a few months, and then snowball into things that we had no idea would ever happen. But we got through it. Not everyone successfully, but we've come this far, regardless of the things that happened then. We've come this far. And I want to remind you, there is nothing. As long as you're here, as long as you've got breath, as long as you are able to hear me right now, there's nothing you can't get through. There's nothing you can't get through. And I don't want anything to keep you and weigh you down without having a plan on how you're going to get through it. I hope that makes sense. I hope that spoke to someone or anyone today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here, Chip. I really honestly appreciate it. You were one of the little messages that I got today that made me come live. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Don't forget, there's a link that you're supposed to send me on IG. So I just want to just hit you up and remind you of that. It was something you mentioned on your live that I was in earlier. So don't forget that. So thank you. I appreciate it, Chip. But thank you so much. And I really appreciate all of you for listening, being here. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Thank you. Hit the like button, share, give me a comment when we get off of here. I really hope that it spoke. Something I said was for someone out there. I really feel that I came on here to share something with somebody that needed it today. And if you feel that it did, if you're catching the replay, I really hope you leave me a comment and let me know you came through. I truly, honestly appreciate you. I apologize. I hadn't been on here since the beginning of this year. It's crazy, but I'll be seeing you more often. And I truly, honestly, just can't thank you enough to being here. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Great show, Joe. Thank you so much. I said what I said. Please comment after the live. We will support. Thank you so much. I really, truly appreciate you all for being here. I'm really humbled that y'all were here and just listening to me. But honestly, I truly appreciate it. I truly do. Thank you so much. Keep pushing through with me, guys. Keep pushing through with me. We are stronger together. Trust and believe.